Way, and welcome to another edition of KTV on our new home, Channel 4. KTV has made a few changes to go along with the move to Channel 4. For starters, we have officially changed our name to Kahnawake Television, keeping the acronym KTV. Gwadogan was actually short for Ngwadoga Day, which means we will inform you, but we didn't realize back then when the name was created. Kahnawake TV was chosen because our website is kahnawake.com and we needed something with a K to keep it KTV. Secondly, the new show will be weekly instead of every 2 weeks, which is based on feedback that we received from our focus groups to be more up to date. And finally, the show will be as short as 5 to 10 minutes long, but could be as long as 1 hour, and it will include Chiefs Uncut and other MCK content depending on the week. We hope you enjoy the new format, and as usual, we welcome feedback at ktv@mck.ca, or you can call 632-7500. So now, on with the show. The referendum date on the proposed casino project has been set, and an electoral officer chosen. KTV spoke to Mike Sky on this important topic.
Yes, correct. It's official. I am the designated person to run the process of the referendum for the casino. I have set a date and a time and a place, that being April 28th, Saturday, April 28th, 2012, from 9 in the morning until 6 p.m. At the Cadbury School. Now, that's for the actual referendum day. Now, 1 week prior to that, that is to say April 21st, also a Saturday, at the same place, Cadbury School, from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m., I will be holding the advanced polling. That is for people who are unable to attend on the designated date of the 28th.
Okay. Requirements for voters.
They must be 18 years of age, and they must be on the Mohawks of Kahnawake membership list.
For people who might want to take part in the advance poll as opposed to the referendum on the referendum day, what do they have to do?
They must put it in writing to me, Michael Sky, at Post Office Box 909, at least 2 days prior to the advance polling date. So that would be Thursday, April 19th. And stating the reason why they wish to partake of the advanced poll. And there could be a myriad reasons why not. Sickness, travel, schooling, prior engagements, whatever. I intend to be very generous at looking at the reasons why for the advanced polling.
And final question, just your thoughts on your approach to the whole job.
The most important thing for me is that it appear fair. It has no, how do you put it? It must have the appearance of neutrality. That's my main focus here, is to be neutral, to run this election in a fair manner. I want everybody who's eligible to partake if they so wish, but I do encourage them all to partake of this process.
The annual MCK budget was released on Wednesday, March 28th, and KTV was there.
Welcome. The annual event this year, I think, is a little different from last year and definitely different from many years past, where Chief and Council and the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake finds itself in an even more difficult position financially, precarious position of dealing with a majority conservative government in Ottawa, a politically unsound future of the provincial government here in Quebec, the debate between Liberals as they sit today and possibly Parti Québécois once an election gets called, and all of the issues in terms of financial constraint that come with political reality. Today we're presenting I'm proud to say, very proud to say, a once again zero balanced budget, even under these stressful economic times. Council in the past and Finance Administration has prided itself on ensuring that we are not going to operate in a deficit, and through collaborative effort, extreme effort in some cases, through operations teams, senior management team, and Finance and Administration team, as well as Chief and Council approving, again, are proud to present a balanced budget today. Total budget is $44,303,747, as you've seen in the release that's been given to you today, and this will be the total operating budget for Mohawk Council of Kahnawake for 2012-2013. fiscal year ending March 31st, new operating budget starting April 1st. This year, again, like I said, it was extremely difficult for people to not come together or not collaborate, because that was done, but to realize this zero-based budget today. There were no, obviously, job loss at this point, no services that will be cut to the community, because, again, the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake prides itself on ensuring that the best services are allocated to Kahnawake-Ono. At the beginning, it was projected that there would be an operating deficit of approximately $3 million based on the financial needs of the operations. And again, through that extreme collaborative effort, they were able to come forward with internal recommendations from their operations through senior management, through FAO, and ultimately back to council, that it zero balanced. So it's amazing that, again, under the constraints, that they were able to erase this approximately projected $3 million deficit. A couple of significant changes, I think, that need to be addressed today and are within the press release as it stands, that have affected the budget and contributed to this issue of trying to come up with monies internally to ensure that we maintain a balanced budget. Significant addition to the numbers in social assistance over the past year has raised serious concern. The cost is $5.3 million annually, with the lack of job availability and so on, and you could attribute that partly to reduction in tobacco trade in the community, which is a major significant factor in local economy in Kahnawake. The increase represents $634,724 compared to last year's, so it's over $500,000. It's a big hit. The second one that needs mentioning is Kahnawake Gaming Commission. I'm sure that many of you, again, are aware that what they considered Black Friday last year in April had a serious impact on not only gaming in Kahnawake, online gaming in Kahnawake, but beyond, worldwide. And it hit home in Kahnawake through the Kahnawake Gaming Commission in loss of substantial number of permits. In past years, Kahnawake Gaming Commission has prided itself on being a self-sustaining operation through the regulation of online gaming. This year it's going to be extremely difficult, given that they've lost $580,000 due to the decrease of number of permits this year. So if you add up those two significant factors, we're talking about a $1.2 million impact on core operating budget that had to be overcome. Although it's been difficult, there's still some good news, I guess, or feel-good areas within the budget that Chief and Council and the MCK are able to sustain through some vital community organizations. One of them being the Kahnawake Youth Center, who is constantly fundraising, and provides what we believe is an essential service to the community. I'm sure everyone in the room has had the opportunity either to be there as a child or send their child and or grandchildren to this establishment. We were able to continue to provide the $150,000 that has been raised incrementally over the past several years to them. The Kahnawake Cultural Center as well, to the tune of $354,000, and there's a caveat to that as well. They took a percentage hit last year that they still have not received, and it's still having an effect on them, and we believe that it'll have a greater effect coming down in the future as well. We're continuing to try and work with them and the external bodies to see if we can secure some of that funding, but internally, again, the budget for them from MCK has not been touched at $354,000. The library, again, will receive its annual $10,000 for utilities and other needs that it has, so that establishment will continue to operate. Another, I think, essential service, obviously key to Kahnawake development and protection, is Kahnawake Fire Brigade, and that's $300,000 again that we've been able to maintain. This year, only 2 secondary requests out of, I don't know the number, but maybe some of my people here obviously have some of those numbers, but many secondary requests that come in every year from operations Only 2 have been agreed upon this year, and one of them again is for Education Center, another essential service, looking at $300,000 approval based on projected deficit, as well as, and that was coming from operational reserve, as well as Kahnawake Fire Brigade for much needed upgrading in equipment, as well as some training, giving the essential service to the community at $18,774 coming out of Emergency Measures Reserve. My quote, I think, says it all, and I've said it earlier, but it's worth saying again. I applaud all of the people who have been able to manage this feat at this point this year. I think the greater challenges will be coming in years to come as well. The next 2 or 3 will provide and show Kahnawakes' mettle. I think in terms of being able to maintain what we've been able to maintain over the past 15 years or so in the community and beyond that. But the people who have worked hard, not only in the past couple of weeks, over the past couple of months, but it's a year-long struggle to ensure that the end of the year budget and the new budget gets balanced. So everyone that's worked on this through finance administration, senior management team, FAO, and ultimately chief and council, good job, great job, and we hope to ensure that for the rest of Kahnawakes' future.
The community decision-making process made history recently with its first official enacted law. And we spoke to coordinator Kahonde Horn-Miller. So it's finally enacted. What does that mean?
Well, it's historic. It's the first piece of legislation to make it through the community decision-making process. It shows that we as a community have the ability to do this. We have the power of making our own laws, and hopefully more people will be involved and are encouraged to participate to see how it works and be part of the future of our community.
For the law itself, how is this going to affect the community?
The sanitary conditions law is an old law that had to be revised and updated to reflect today's conditions, today's community, with the regulations that will come afterwards that are going to be developed. It will affect the community in a positive way because we're thinking ahead. We're thinking in terms of what our community needs in order to survive and move forward.
Okay. Just for clarification, what specifically is the law about, the amendments? What were the amendments about?
The amendments deal directly with demolition waste management that is on the uprise in the community. They allow for the further legislation to be developed that will deal with those issues specifically.
Perfect. And finally, it's enacted today. It's the 2nd of April, 2012. How long before it's actually enforced? Or
Today it's in force.
It's in force
today. But it will be, there's a 5-year mandatory review, so we'll be looking again at the law in 5 years' time on this date.
Stay right where you are. We're going to take a short break right now, but we'll be back with more KTV after this.
You have questions about the proposed casino? The Casino Project team has answers for you. Visit the Casino Project Information Center, your one-stop location for everything related to the casino. Drop by and speak with a project team member, watch video presentations, or pick up information for later reading. The office is located at the former Environment Protection Building. Drop-ins are welcomed between 10 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. weekdays. You can also call 450-638-9527 or visit the website at KahnawakesCasinoProject.com.
I'm here for my kids.
You'll see them when you pay up.
I paid you last week, and I'll pay you for this week next week.
What about hockey registration? What about school registration? What about all the food
I got bills too.
It's not always obvious who child custody cases affect. Friends, extended family, co-workers, and most importantly, children can be negatively affected. Skana Aumzundu ensures all parties express themselves in a private and respectful manner while being mindful of all those affected, especially the children. Skana Aumzundu, a program for community members by community members. Visit GahnawakesADR.com.
Gwe and welcome to the KTV Community Calendar. As part of Cultural Awareness Month hosted by the Ganyagahaga Ungawana Rati Jokwa Cultural Center, the Mohawk Council of Ganawage Language and Cultural Training Center presents Ungwa Gara Suha Ganawage Revisited, featuring 5 brand new documentaries: the effects of hydro towers, the effects of railways, Mercier Bridge, and the Seaway to our people, as well as the Ganawage justice system's history. This event is on Wednesday, April 18, 2012. The show begins at 6 p.m. at the Cattery Hall and admission is free. The next Ganawage Youth Forum will be held on Thursday, April 19th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Language Center below K103. And that's your KTV Community Calendar.
Kahnawake is 96% dependent on government funding for education, healthcare, and just about every service that this community depends on. We are now seeing the reality of budget cuts and reductions in services. And worst of all, there hasn't been a thing we could really do about it because, once again, nearly every cent of every dollar comes from sources other than ourselves. We believe it's time to finally break free and take control of our own destiny. We need to trust ourselves to make the right decision for our future. Get the proper information on the proposed casino project. Say yes to an independent Kahnawake.
Good afternoon. I'd like to talk to you today about the casino project. I'm sure and I hope all of you know that the casino referendum date has been chosen and it is on April 28th. Council has made that decision to move forward. We've taken several months to look at a lot of activities and we are confident in that decision, and we really want people to know that the information is there for you to make an informed decision. It's certainly not meant to sway anybody in how you feel and you know how you're going to vote, but it's for anyone who is not really sure of their decision at this point. It's I know there's been a lot of info or a lot of discussion out there with the social media, and it could be very distressing for a lot of people because you're hearing a lot of negative feedback, and that can be really difficult. We want this community to grow, and this is the decision that we've made. We feel that it's the best opportunity that we have at this point. And it's not to say that we're going to be losing our cultural values and what this community is all about, but it's to improve on a lot of the services that we're not able to provide for at this time. If anyone has been watching on, if anyone has paid attention to the announcement on the budget, we are able to zero out this year as we have always been able to in the past several years, but we are not able to provide a lot more. There are a lot more needs from our community. We have the population is growing. We're looking at services in outlying areas, and we're not able to accommodate all of that. So I think it's important for everyone out there, if you don't feel that you have the right information or all of the information at this point, that you should visit the Casino Project team. They're there every day to provide answers for you. The office is located right next to the courthouse at the old Environment Office on the main highway, or you can contact them through emails or telephone. So I think it's important for all of us to really take a good look at what we're trying to provide for the community at this point. You know, I just want to say that it's really important for people to be aware of what is going on in this community. We have so much to offer. You know, we're so far. That doesn't sound right. More developed, but I think there's a lot of other communities who come here from across the country to look at what we have, because we've been able to service our community in a lot of different areas between the hospital and education and the council itself being able to manage our funds. So I think it's something not everyone looks at in a positive way. I think there's a lot of negativity from issues that have gone on in council in years past. Yes, and I agree that there have been mistakes, but you know, you can't live on that all the time. It's time that we move forward, and this is the project that I think will help us do it.
Incidentally, Chiefs Uncut no longer follows a set schedule, so just check every week, as we may have 2 to 3 Chiefs Uncut episodes in a given week, or we may have none at all. Essentially, Chiefs will make an appearance when they feel that they have an important issue to discuss with you, the community, and they will be made available online as they happen. The Ganada Healthy House concept was first developed over a decade ago, and one young fellow would like more people to build these kinds of homes, which are, of course, environmentally friendly. He built a project using the Ganada Healthy House as a model, and we went to the new Environment Office to find out just how much this youngster knows about the Ganada Healthy House.
My name is Gawarda Satsde Macumber. I am in Gadianunha School, grade 5. My science project is the Ganawage Healthy House. I decided to do my science project on healthy houses because I like houses and I want to make the environment healthy and safe. I made this house out of cardboard and duct tape. I did not use paint on my project because it's bad for the environment. The roof is situated for the solar panels to get as much energy as possible. In the summer, when the sun is up high, the roof would keep the windows in shade. In the winter, when the sun is low, it would go through the windows and keep the house warm. As you could see, there's a wall in here in the healthy house that it's made out of the dirt that they dug up from the ground, and they smushed it together as a brick, and they put it on the wall, and they made a wall. This is called the proof window. In the window there is straw build. Nice and warm. And it's cold outside because in the floor there's pipes that run through the ground and that has hot water go through it, and that's how it keeps the floor warm. I think more people should make these houses because it would save a lot of money and Mother Earth. Thanks for watching.
And that just about does it for this episode of KTV. But before we leave you, we have a few tidbits that we'd like to let you know about. First, a Kahnawake women's group, Carrying Our Roots to Empowerment, or CORE, will be holding its first general meeting open to all community members on Friday, April 13th at 6:30 p.m. at KSES. That's on the second floor of the services complex. CORE is a collective of young women that aims towards cultivating our roots as Kanien'kehá:ka by creating an open and accepting space where women can share and strengthen their roles to empower one another and facilitate social change. For more information, you can contact Lauren Macumber. She's at 514-704-7324, or you can email her at lmacomb@live.concordia.ca. And finally, all administrative offices of the MCK will be closed on Friday, April 6th and Monday, April 9th for the Easter holidays. The recycling depot will also be closed during this time, and Monday's recycling pickup will be moved to Tuesday. The transfer depot will remain open, and there will be no change to the garbage pickup. Regular office hours resume on Tuesday, April 10th at 8:30 a.m. And with that, we'd like to say so long. Thank you for watching, and thanks for all who participated in making this show possible. Yawagoa, Onegiwahi.